Message? Ingrid, sustenance. You Terrans can subsist of all sorts of foods. Are there any in particular you like? Smiley face. Oh, parfaits. You would talk to someone like, hey, let's get some parfaits. I don't know, like no parfait. Parfait is delicious. Ooh, those are tasty. Cold, sweet, what more could you ask for? In times past, such trifles were considered the food of royalty, you know? Mana emoji. Just as the world changes with time, so do its culinary traditions. In some worlds I've visited, food is normalized as a means of survival. It is lacking in flavor and distributed sparingly. All the more reason you ought to treasure your world and all its bounties. Okay. Okay, what else to give? Mixtape. You seem like you like mixtapes. I guess not. Okay. Oh, 2-up. That's technically better. Okay. Some more dialogue? If you ever encounter a walking shadow, darker than the night sky, that resembles me, it's likely my additive inverse. Let's call her Dark Ingrid. The embodiment of all my worst parts. Ah, one of those. Okay.
Yes.
I know. Stark contrast to the radiant, cheerful, beaming girl before you, huh? Stitched into the universe is a duality between light and dark. Where there is light, there is shadow. No, where there's an obstruction to light, there is shadow. That's an aspect of the light and dark duality concept that a lot of people misunderstand. Light does not create darkness. You don't need one in order for the other to exist. You need an obstruction in between. There is gonna be a lot of nitpicking from me if there hasn't been already. It's just concepts like these cosmic entities. This is the kind of stuff I think about in my writing. I've spent a lot of time thinking about it. And I could be wrong about a few things, but I spent a lot of time thinking about it. I got some perspectives that I don't hear often, so I'm going to talk about them.
What is it?
Fighters too have a dark side, do they not? Satsui no Hara? Heard some people have that. When they are overcome with a desire to kill, or after a long vacation on the beach. Those seem like two very different things, somehow leading to the same result. Ah, what a relaxing vacation. Really want to kill someone now. Anyways, yes, I think Sagat talked about this when I was training with Sagat. And then I had to fight like a shadow me, who also had a rock face at the time. Nix that second one. Will do. Dark Ingrid and I are inseparable, but wholly incompatible twins. Bumping into her would be unfortunate, given that we are equals in strength and bear the same powers. So that wasn't Dark Ingrid that we ran into earlier? That was just a wayward Ingrid? There's another one out there somewhere? Though if it were a battle of looks, that fight would be over well before it started. I'm curious. And also more presents. Why am I? What could you have brought me this time? You seem interested in food. Here's a cookbook. You cared enough to think of me as a gift in itself, but thank you. Tew up. She doesn't hate it. And now she can cook. I'm not gonna insult her with hair product. Ooh, kitty cat. Cold tomato soup, fan. Luxury heat pack. Calendar. I did get a bunch of these, didn't I? From that one guy. I wonder if she likes this specifically. Maybe not. Yeah, no, that was a 1. It was a hard 1. Horror game. Gum. Lukewarm beer. I think Psycho Charge will make her murder me, so we'll do that. Knock off Blanket Chandal! You look like you were into plushies. 2 up. She is sort of into it. Okay. There will be more of that coming. Upsurge check. I think that's for JP. Prepaid card, fighter magazine special. Fish sausage.
Wait,
Do my eyes deceive me? Is this fish sausage? This takes me down memory lane. You see, I know of another world that was doomed to suffer a food shortage. These little sticks of hope were the most sought-after foods among the rations distributed. I can hardly believe I'm seeing one again. Nice. 35 up! Ooh. That completely maxed her out. But... I also want to get a candle. Sniff, sniff. Are those flowers I smell? Oh my! Well, how lovely! I'll gladly take this off your hands. I won't show the amount anymore. Oh well. Okay. Now... I want to make sure she's got like a decent collection of knockoff Blanket Chin dolls. So I'm giving her all 10. You need some more knockoff Blanket Chin dolls. You need all the knockoff Blanket Chin dolls in the world that exist anymore. I have bought every last knockoff Blanket Chin doll in existence. Across every multiverse. Every single multiverse that I could find. I've bought all the knockoff Blanket Chin dolls. And I'm giving them all to you. There's no more of these in all of existence. I'm not even keeping any for myself. This is how much I care. This is how much I care about your needs specifically. You should have all of these. You should have more of these than you have monoids. This is the last remaining knockoff Blanket Chin doll in existence. And the last one I will ever give. And this is for you. That you cared enough to think of me as a gift in itself, but thank you. Ugh. The emotions. Okay. More talkie?
Yes.
You walk your path with unwavering conviction, driven by a clear understanding of true strength. Your commitment to that singular pursuit is commendable. There's something to be said for one-track minds. Me, on the other hand, I've battled all sorts of people across all sorts of worlds.
To sum it up,
In that sense, my path is less uniform and more disorderly. Bit like a party that's gotten out of control.
Of course.
I've fought with many of your acquaintances, of course. But they are just a fraction of the characters I've met across space and time. I think I know which game this is, but I also feel like there's at least one person missing? Curious. I've been debating doing a Darkstalkers video, because I have that through the Street Fighter 6 arcade now. And I did okay playing as Pyron. In fact, getting into guest characters, I'd be very okay with Pyron being, like, added to Street Fighter 6. Probably too obscure for most people. I think he's cool. The closest I've come across to being able to play a fighting game, like, as a Balrog. Which is a big deal to me. I've quarreled with fighters that use swords, staffs. I think it's staves. Again, don't tell her I'm correcting her. I'll never forget the fighters I met from our realm of demons, called Makai, though. There was a vampire lord known as the Prince of Darkness, and this cat woman with the plushest fur. Let's see, aside from them, oh yes, there was a dinosaur too. Small arms, long tail. Hard to forget that one. I see a lot of would-be villains going by the title Prince of Darkness. I very much doubt that applies to all of them. To say nothing of the rather firebrandish alien who fancied himself ruler of the universe. Yeah, that's my guy.
Not bad.
Still, regardless of their origins or titles, they were no match for me. What, you don't believe me? No matter. We don't all know what the future has in store for us, nor to what awaits us at journey's end.
At best.
So you best be prepared. Pyron fight? Be into that? This is the Ingrid break time emote. Yes, I will check that out. What precisely is that? I already have turned myself into a monoid. In fact, ooh, let's actually... Yeah, that doesn't really look all that exciting. A monoid shows up? Ingrid break time. So monoid... Actually... Switch those back around. Oh, hello there. Oh, I just like pet it? Okay. And play with its ears a bit too much. Okay. I don't think I like that as much as the Arthur run. Might switch to the back.
A while ago.
When I discovered that your world was exerting undue influence on others, I concluded that the simplest way to keep it from causing any further harm was to simply erase it from existence.
Yes.
You might call this a form of world-scale apoptosis, ridding a system of variant elements for the betterment of the whole. I am familiar with that concept in order to protect the multiverse. As such, purges like this help maintain stability across the multiverse. Yes.
However...
But your world is still here, is it not? So you're like the Galactus, but of entire universes? That's a cool concept. Through careful and measured intervention, I was able to ensure its continued existence. Why would I burden myself with such a task, you ask?
Actually,
Even I struggle for a definitive answer to that. Perhaps it's because I've grown fond of your world? Intelligent life can be found in many of the myriad worlds of the multiverse. In truth, your lot is inferior to many of them, suffering both wanting intellect and feeble spirit.
but
However, watching you all clumsily stumble forward in a hapless pursuit of strength and betterment has inexplicably endeared me to you all. It's a bit like watching a child take its first steps. In perpetuity. And then cuts to this image. Is she in her own way, taking some baby steps? Curious. Okay. I think that's the conclusion of her dialogues. Apart from texts, which I'll get when I leave. So I guess now we go F up time.